Community collaboration. Las Vegas is a diverse and multicultural city with everything from art to dance to museums and malls. It seems that you can find any kind of culture, whether it be the food or just the things that go with that culture. The Asian community in Las Vegas has a rich culture that is enriched by the presence of the Asian Community Resource Center, who were kind enough to speak with Circles Magazine about their mission and the cultural events that they sponsor. Recently, the center sponsored Unity, an event to celebrate Asian Pacific Islander Heritage Month, and was held at the Flamingo Theater inside the Clark County Library. We spoke to Victor at the center, and he was happy to give us information on how well the center interacts with the surrounding diverse community and the services they provide. For more information, log on to www.lvacrc.org. Just down the street from them, located in the Boulevard Mall, is the Hispanic Museum of Southern Nevada, displaying artifacts from the many Hispanic cultures of the state with styles that complement the lifestyles of all of the rich cultures from countries such as Peru, Colombia, Puerto Rico, Mexico, and Brazil. The museum survives on donations, so be generous when you decide to visit this wonderful representative of the Hispanic community. Let us not forget about the art community in Las Vegas, well, represented in the arts district that is located in the downtown area. Here, you can find a plethora of great art by local artists and sculptors. Along with that is a multifaceted music community with all styles of musical artists that bloom and prosper throughout the valley. We recently interviewed Angela Kerfoot from the local band Kerfoot and Dow. We asked her about the local music community in Las Vegas, and she gave us some insight on the local scene. She explained the diversity of music in the city and talked about her own music and experiences playing in Las Vegas. To see the full interview, log on to www.circlesmagazine.org. Our own Ariel Valentine asked her some questions.
Welcome. So I got questions for you, Angela. What is the difference between local music and mainstream music to you?
Local music is about the community, and it's about local artists and musicians who represent themselves come together to keep music in the community. Well, they usually have big time managers that have been behind the scenes or connected to behind the scenes. But both affect each
Number
other.
two, how do you feel about the entertainment here in the community?
It's at a turning point where it's huge right now. Las Vegas has more local bands than it has ever had in the history of Las Vegas existing.
What has to do with it is because, there are a lot of bands that are here in the community that are also successful worldwide as far as mainstream music.
Like Imagine Dragons.
Yeah.
Or The Killers. Or Panic at the Disco. Those are world global bands that all came from Las Vegas local music scene.
And what I heard, Five Finger Death Punch is also from Las Vegas.
Yes, they are.
How do artists, musicians, and many other entertainers start their careers?
Just by doing a lot of whatever they love to do and having evidence of their artistic work.
So, basically,
do what you love a lot.
The entertainment community makes as good business as domestically or internationally, and why?
Do I think it makes good business, like, locally?
Yeah.
Well, it does, because bands playing in a lot of bars here is what brings people in to buy food and drinks at the bar restaurants. So, music is important, on a money level, whether you are local or national.
What can inspire many musicians, artists, or any other entertainers to make more entertainment in the community?
Well, inspiration from all kinds of things and just, just daily life.
Daily life. That's really cool. What do you think about the community using genres in music, like either using one or both, even like pop, rock, classical, rap, country, jazz, and even techno or dubstep even?
I think it's cool when there's a lot of genres in a community. Right now in Las Vegas, hip hop and heavier metal or heavier rock isn't allowed in a lot of venues right now because it has a reputation for bringing, a less desirable group of people out. So that's something interesting that's happening on the topic of
Number
genres.
7. What is your favorite artist or band that was formed here in the community?
Oh,
And why?
that would have to be Moksha, and I got to feature with them back in 2006-07 area, and they are a jam band here in Las Vegas, a really big one, and I just like that they do a lot of improvisation and funk music and just happy music, and they are kind of reminiscent of bands like the Grateful Dead and bands that were known to bring people together.
8. What is your favorite artist or band that's formed outside of Vegas?
I'm a big fan of Peggy Lee, and I really like the old, 1940s and 50s classics back when singers were also actresses or actors, and there was a lot of theater in the live show.
So you're also into musicals as well, right?
Yeah, my band is a theatrical.
Number 9. What made you love the community's music or art?
I just grew up on a lot of bands that were from the West Coast when I was growing up in Kansas City, and I came out here specifically because I thought that they had a lot of forward music, and I like a lot of the Spanish influences in the music out here, and that's what drew me to it. I like the Baja and Tropicalia, they call it, which is like Brazilian and Spanish music fused.
Okay, so you're in the band, right? And
Yeah, I front a band with vocals, and I play vocal effects live on a guitar pedal custom board that I've built, and I also manage the band.
let me ask you, how does it feel like to be in the band?
It's a lot of work. It's like having another full-time job, and you got to communicate with a lot of really strong people that can be hard to talk to, and it's a lot of fun, and it's just as much work as it is fun. It's a lot of work.
About your band, what's it called?
The name of the band is just my last name and my partner's last name. It's Kerfoot and Dow.
Kerfoot and Dow.
And we have a website at angkerfoot.com, ANGKERFOOT.com. But we are a 5-piece band, but it started out as the 2 of us, and we just kept our names because we liked the flexibility of not being under a band name or a stigma, and therefore a genre. But it is a 5-piece band with a percussionist on bongos and congas, a classical piano player who's classically trained, a backup singer who is also a strong local vocalist, and then a drum machine player, so we get that heavy bass and beats in there, like for the EDM side of it, and then he also plays guitar at the same time. And then I front the band on the guitar pedals. It's kind of like a psychedelic Spanish dance, but it's in English, and it's all very. It's like watching a movie, seeing the show or hearing the music. It's very, very cinematic.
So it has a more...
It's intense. It's almost scary, and it's
kind of like a
supposed to be.
psychological thriller in a way.
It's exactly what it is.
What places do you...
I prefer to play smaller places in the arts district to represent the arts culture here in Las Vegas, and I play the Fremont East side of things. I've done, everything from the Artifice to the Arts Factory, to the beauty bar. I've been playing the beauty bar for 10 years with a lot of other projects.
Right.
A lot of the DIY things, which is where you like get a permit and you go to a warehouse and you set it up and you kind of throw your own event. You get your liquor license temporarily and all that stuff, and you throw your own event. We're trying to keep it actually out of venues so that it can be more of a community private party
Yeah.
kind of a vibe.
I like the sound of it. So
Yeah, but venues are great too. You just, in this town, the venue will make money off you and you won't make anything. That's just how it works for the local scene in Las Vegas, unless you're, in the big time. Even the Brooklyn Bowl doesn't usually pay local musicians. So you can see that, a lot of the venues claiming to be for the locals are still working on living up to their vision of that promise.
So prior to going on in public performing, do you get stage fright or something?
Yeah, I do. Always. And that's part of the thrill for me. And I just practice a lot at home in a mirror before a show so that I have centered and identified with myself before I go on stage so that I don't worry about that.
You say you have those bands, like one of them is a classically trained pianist.
One of the members, yeah. Her
And-
name's Monica Sterling.
Yeah.
She's actually playing classical piano for the fundraiser that we have at Rachel's Kitchen next weekend. It's a reception for the fundraiser that we had.
Cool.
So she's doing some volunteer stuff for some of our things too. So
That's really cool.
yeah.
Um,
I wanted to tell you that something about us as an independent band is I have a home studio, and my husband and we mix all of our albums ourselves from home. I mix my own vocals, I record my own vocals. We don't use a big fancy studio, we don't pay anybody, we do it all ourselves. It's all internal.
That's really cool.
It's exciting because you can really get recordings at home in your privacy that you wouldn't get in somebody's studio with somebody you don't know setting up a microphone for you. So
Yes.
it keeps it personal, and a lot of best art can be done, in your own personal home.
If there is an artist, doesn't have to be local. It can also be worldwide. If there's an artist that could play with you, who do you think would it be and why?
Who would I like to play with? If I could pick anyone to play with, say, this year in Las Vegas, I would love to open for Jane's Addiction. That would be my dream opening
I
act.
like James Addiction.
Yeah, me too. A lot. So, cool.
Because I had this weird mind that if you had the opportunity to tour with a famous musician, doesn't have to be local, it would be Marilyn Manson. But
I would love to work with him. I actually, in connection, Manson, he actually secretly owns a label, and he's on a label with the Yeah Yeah Yeahs, who's a big influence of mine, and he's also on a label with Diane Word, if you've seen them.
okay.
And he actually he's become like a label more so than just a leader, and his manager is in and out of Vegas a lot, and part of the network I'm in actually.
Okay.
So I'm definitely a fan. He's a little bit freakier than we're looking to go. We're trying to work towards being appropriate for all ages.
Okay. So yeah, I hear that.
That would be epic. I would love to, of course. He's
Yeah, rock
an
on.
intense character.
Okay.
I love intense characters.
Yeah,
so.
they're like the best for the on stage.
Yeah.
Now a couple more questions before we close this interview.
Thank you.
Number 9 was supposed to be the final question, but I'm gonna say the really final question, or number 10 if you want. But anyway,
Whatever you want.
how do you inspire musicians, art, or other entertainers in the community?
I like to. I do spend a lot of maybe too much time trying to inspire other musicians in the community, and the way that I do that is by helping new musicians that are independent
Right.
get contacts for booking at venues, or I'll book them for free, or I'll try to bring them in to open for us. Or in the past, I've brought them into my own band. I will go out of my way for people that don't have connections that I think are true artists that work hard, and I do a lot of side work to try and help other people for free by helping with booking, and I've been helping with free booking in Las Vegas for 10 years for a lot of different venues. Mostly the arts ones in the arts district.
Well, that's really cool.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and all
People
right.
of all ages.
All right, and for our bonus question, are you ready for the final round?
I think so.
All right, so before we started this interview, I asked you that I kind of told you that you look like the voice actress Gray Delisle.
Yeah, yeah.
The voice actress behind Vicky from Fairly Odd Parents, Daphne from Scooby-Doo, and Mandy from Billy and Mandy, among many others. And you told me that you also do voice acting on radio.
I do. I work for a radio station in Honolulu, and what I do is they'll call me over the phone and have me do voice acting for their radio stations in Hawaii. And they will just tell me different characters, or they'll tell me to act mad about something, or they'll tell me to act suspicious of something, and I will act it out. And there's a lot of networks on the radio that throughout the U.S. that I use as well. And what they will do is they will set up. Can't tell you the company because I could get fired. But what they'll do is they'll set up fake pranks and things,
Right.
or they'll set up fake dating shows and things
Right.
that are audible. And then they will call me and some other guy in and tell us a scenario. Like, hey, this guy sent flowers. He won for you to his girlfriend he met on a business trip, or
Okay.
and you're and you'll act it out, and you'll have 10 or 15 minutes to act it out, and then they cut you checks, and I'll just become whoever they are telling me they need me to be.
All right, so how about that? Let's real quick. Let's hear a couple of voice impressions.
I used to have people telling me which one they want. I've never had an experience where I could just give one off the top. I don't have a thing that I do.
Okay, that was a really nice interview, and
You did great, thank you.
and I know I'm awesome.
You are.
Rockin', and
You
also
have a huge personality, and you're very good with it.
thanks, and I'm sure you heard of Circles Magazine.
Absolutely, big fan.
I know.
I have every copy from the last 3 years. I'm a collector of Circles magazine.
Rarities, I know.
Yes.
And keep reading. That's all I could say. And like I said, I'm Arrow Valentine, and I'd like to thank you, Angela.
Thank you.
From Kerfoot. That's right, Kerfoot. You kicked me in the foot.
Ha!
All right, thanks.
Whether it's art, dance, music, or food, Las Vegas has just about every diverse and ethnic culture throughout the valley. So don't be left out. Try them all.